finish this worksheet. I know a lot of you will have questions about number 5. There's probably a homework question on WebAssign like question 5. Let me talk about question 5, Classwork 5 for 2 seconds. Like, it's not a big deal to me. I'm not going to ask you in a quiz, but let's just discuss it. This graph is the original function. They want us to sketch the derivative function. So I claim when I look at this graph, it's easy for me to tell the derivative at 3 points. There's 3 points where I know what the derivative is. What are those 3 points? 0 is 1 point. What's the derivative at 0? Can we all see that the derivative at 0 is 0? Because that's a horizontal tangent line at 0. There's another point where the derivative is 0. Minus. Yeah, actually, I just now realized this graph is like, it's right here, right? But what is that graph? What is that number? Negative 1.3 or something like that. 1.4, I don't know. And then there's a third point that's obvious. 1.3. This guy right here. Because those horizontal tangent lines, we could graph those points really easily. So if we graph the derivative in green, the derivative should be 0 there, the derivative should be 0 here, the derivative should be 0 here. Is there any questions? Next question for you. On this part of the graph right here, is the slope positive or negative? These tangent lines, are they positive? Do you see how the slope is positive? It's like really positive here, right? It's really steep. What happens if I get close to like, what happens if I get to like negative 1.6, like right here? It's still positive, but it's less positive. And as I get closer and closer, it becomes less positive. So the slope is positive, but it's getting less and less positive. So maybe it looks something like this. What happens over here? Is the slope positive or negative? Negative. So a negative slope means that the derivative should be less than 0. But then it kind of becomes, it's really flat here. Then it becomes super negative here. And here it's still negative, but it's like a little bit flatter. So maybe the derivative looks like this. Then here it's positive, it's super positive, it's less positive. So it's going to be positive, super positive, and then less positive like that. And then from this point on, I hope you guys can see it's a little negative, super negative here. So then this guy kind of comes like this. So very roughly, f prime of x is the green graph. Yes. Something similar, yeah. So you could just play the same game, right? You could be like, oh, right here, it's the derivative of 0. And here, the derivative of 0. Play the same games.